So, The Office is my favorite TV show of all time, specifically the US version. And I've seen the show so many times. And for today, I want to do a tier list and rank all of the characters on the show. First up, we have Angela. I think Angela is a pretty funny character. I think she does have some pretty funny moments, but I also strongly dislike her just due to the fact that, she was cheating on Andy, and due to the fact of her being a cheater, I'm going to put her in the D category. Next up, we have Charles Minor. I think a lot of people don't like Charles because he was extremely mean to Jim. And I don't want to fast forward myself too much, but I personally don't like Jim. So the fact that he was mean to Jim made it more funny. But he's definitely not a top tier character. I'm going to put him in the C category for now. Next up, we have Creed, one of my personal favorite characters. He didn't have the most lines in the show, but everything he said was straight up hilarious. I'm going to put him in the S category. Daryl is cool. I really liked his relationship with Michael. I noticed he was the only one who called Michael Mike. For some reason, I thought that was really wholesome. I will say, I think it was weird. Towards the later seasons, he was upset when Andy got the manager job, and Daryl was like, "Oh, like I feel like I should have gotten this." Daryl did not deserve the job at all, so I didn't like him for that. But I think he was pretty friendly with everybody in the office, so he was really cool. I'm going to put him in the B category. Next up, we have David Wallace. David Wallace is an underrated character on the show. I always liked the phone calls between him and Michael. I know a lot of people hated David because he sent Holly back up to Nashua. Like, he didn't want him and Holly to date. But from a manager slash business perspective, he did do the right thing. So it's understandable. I thought he was good. Very underrated. I'm going to put him in the A category. Next up, we have Dwight Schrute. I believe Dwight is the only character who is on every single episode. If you don't like Dwight, I don't understand how you would like The Office. I'm putting him in the S category. He might actually be my favorite character on the show. Gabriel Susan Lewis, GSL, Gabe. Not a big fan of Gabe. He seemed a bit weird. He also did give a creepy kind of vibe, so I'm going to put him in the C category. Jim Halpert. Many people like Jim. I did not like Jim. I didn't like how he was just so, like, he never cared about his job. And then there's the part where he was trying to be a manager and he was making a huge fuss about it, and he was always pulling pranks on Dwight. But then when someone else pulls a prank on him, when Dwight does a prank on him, he gets all upset, like, "Oh my God, like, why would you do this?" Like, I thought that was really annoying. And I didn't like the dynamic between Jim and Pam, especially towards the later seasons. The whole thing of him, like, moving to Philly and doing the startup, and he didn't even tell his wife about it. That was just terrible. That was super messed up. So I'm going to put Jim in the F category. Kelly, she's a really funny character. I don't think she makes great life choices just simply due to the fact that she keeps going back to Ryan. And then in the very last episode, she like runs away with Ryan, even though Kelly is married to that Indian doctor. The fact that Kelly kind of just ditched the husband, I'm going to have to put her in the D category. All right, Kevin Malone. Kevin has one of the funniest moments in the show. It's the episode where Holly told her boyfriend AJ that if you don't propose to me, we're going to break up. And then the next day she comes in the office and everybody's trying to see if there's a ring on her finger. And then she goes like, "Ha ha ha," like this is her ring finger. And Kevin thought she was flicking him off. And so he flicks her off back, and he's like, "Yeah, well, right back at you, you B word." That was one of the funniest moments in the show. I want to put him very high for that, but he gets very stupid in the last two seasons. So because of that, I have to put him in B. I would like to put him in A, but because he's just so stupid, I have to put him in B. Meredith. Similar to Creed, I think she's also a bit underrated. I think she has some funny moments as well. I'll put her in the C category for now. Michael. Similar to Dwight, if you don't like Michael, why even watch The Office? He deserves an S. Easy S. Nellie. Nellie is, I think, similar to Charles Minor. I think she gets a little bit of hate in the beginning. She kind of just like walks in and just like takes the job away from Andy. But she is really funny. She's not terrible though. I'll put her at C. Pam. Pam is similar to Jim. I'm not a big fan of Pam. I mean, like I said earlier about Jim, I don't think he was in a good relationship with Pam. And then same thing with Pam. I don't think she was in a good relationship with Jim. I will say though, if I had to relate to one character from the show, I would say it's Pam. And the reason why is because I feel like Pam grew the most throughout the show. In the earlier seasons, when she's with Roy, she's very, she doesn't speak up for herself and she's a bit nervous. And it seemed like she wasn't really diving into her passions and doing what she loves. But when she got out of the relationship with Roy and got with Jim, she was able to find herself, and it seemed like she kind of dived more into her art and she became more confident. And I can relate to that as well because I feel like in the last couple of years I've definitely grown a lot and I feel more confident. I do things that I love. I'll put her in C. Phyllis. I don't like Phyllis. There may be like one or two moments that I find funny from Phyllis, but I don't like Phyllis at all. I need to put her in F. Andy. Andy is, in the earlier seasons, he is pretty funny, but then towards the last few seasons, he does get worse, and I don't like the way that he treated Aaron. So because of that, I'll put him in the D category. I've always liked Aaron. I thought she was funny. She's a bit dumb. Similar to Kevin, she got a lot dumber, especially after Michael left. But I liked her relationship with Michael. I thought that was really wholesome. I'll put her in B though. I did like Aaron a lot. All right, next up we have Oscar. I think Oscar is one of the more neutral characters in the show. It's messed up that he was having an affair with the state senator, knowing that his wife is Angela, his coworker that has sat next to him for his whole time at Dunder Mifflin. So because of that, that's really messed up. But there are a lot of Oscar moments that I find really, really funny. So my favorite Oscar moment is it's the one where Michael and them are playing that like murder mystery game, and Oscar's like, This plantation, we're running low on greenbacks. That part was too funny. That's genuinely a top 5 favorite Office moment for me. So simply because of that, I'll put him in B. Next up, we have Ryan Howard. Ryan had the craziest, what do I call this, like character arcs? Because he started as a temp where he was very standoffish. And then he became the VP, where he was a douchebag. And then he came back to Dunder Mifflin as a temp. And then he eventually just becomes like a burnout. So seeing all those changes is really funny. Obviously, he was a bit of a deadbeat because at the end, he ditches his own kid to run away with Kelly. And also the fact that he treated Kelly so poorly throughout his relationship. So because of that, I'll have to put him in D. Toby. I know a lot of people hate Toby. I mean, I don't think he's great, but he's definitely not like a favorite for me. I know a lot of people say the Scott's Tots is the cringiest moment in the show. In my opinion, I think the cringiest moment in the show is when Toby makes Pam laugh and he starts touching up on her leg. That to me was the weirdest part of the show. So he was super creepy for that. Just for that, I'll put him in D. Next we have Clark. I have nothing against him. He really did not stand out to me. He was creepy with Aaron, but other than that, I don't think there's anything that wrong with him. I'll put him in C. Jo Bennett. I had no issues with Jo. I think it was really awesome that she was able to get Holly to come back to Scranton. So just for that, I think I'll keep her at C. I think that's fair. Next up, we have Roy. Obviously, he was a terrible partner. He was pretty abusive. He tried to attack Jim. Even though I don't like Jim at all, that's still wrong, you know. I'll put him in F. Next, we have D'Angelo Vickers. He was kind of an idiot on the show. I know a lot of people hated the whole Will Ferrell edition. He was a bit stupid. I think he could have been a lot better. I'll put him in D. All right, next we have Holly. She's cool. I don't think I have any complaints about her, really. I'll put her in B. Jan was crazy, but she made the show super entertaining. Just for that, I'll put her in B. Next up, we have Karen. Oh my goodness, that took me forever. Karen, I really thought she was a good partner for Jim, and she was a very competent worker. I don't think she had really any funny moments in the show, so just because of that, I'll put her in C, which I think is fair. This guy is Pete, or Plop. Similar to the other new guy, Clark. He didn't leave much of an impression for me. He did give me a big Jim vibe, because he was trying to go for someone in the office who he knows was in a relationship just like Jim. I'll put him in the D category just for that. Robert California. Robert California was very funny. Would you like a sexual metaphor or a nature metaphor? He was awesome. I'm going to put him in A. Stanley Hudson. A lot of funny Stanley moments. He's kind of a piece of crap person, though. But he is funny, but he was also a cheater. He was very disrespectful to his boss and pretty much to everybody in the office. This one is tough for Stanley. There's a lot of funny moments, but he was also a bad person. I think just because of that, I have to put him in D. But he was funny, though. But I'm going to put him in D. Lastly, we have Todd Packer. Never found him funny. This guy is terrible. I'm going to put him in F. So here is what it looks like right now. In S, I have Creed, Dwight, Michael. A, I have David Wallace, Robert California. B, I have Daryl, Kevin, Aaron, Oscar, Holly, and Jan. I think I'm going to actually move Kevin up to A. I'm also going to move Oscar up to A. So I have 4 in the A category. So for now I have B category. I have Daryl, Aaron, Holly, Jan. C category I have Charles, Gabe, Meredith, Nellie, Pam, Clark, Joe, and Karen. I think I will keep that as is. D category, I have Angela, Kelly, Andy, Ryan, Toby, D'Angelo, Plop, and Stanley. And then F, I have Jim, Phyllis, Roy, and Todd. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this as is. So this is my final list of how I would rank all of the characters in The Office. Do you agree with my list? Who would you put in the top category, in the S category? Let me know. I'll probably do some more. I'll definitely do more of these tier lists. I find these really fun. But I'll also do more Office content because I can talk about the show for hours, honestly. So I'll probably have more videos on The Office as well. So here's my tier list of all of the Office characters.